Hello, everyone. If you're probably on Twitter and you've come across my page, myself and Rinu, it's crazy. It's all over the place with a lot of people, all sorts of attack. The funniest one was somebody who said to me that, Peter will be getting into office, that is going to make us take away food from our mouth because we depend, we feed on activism and all of that. I'm like, oh my goodness, it's the most beautiful thing that I would love to see. Having a Peter Obi in office would really mean that from what he said, I don't need to be on the streets making demands if things are being done. And I have an unhealthy relationship with food anyway. So if food is taken away from my mouth, at least I will slim down. I'm not going to suffer anymore. Anyway, back to the main reason. So Reno asked a question, which is, what is Peter Obi doing about, what is he going to do about police brutality? And if there's one thing we've known Reno from, is the fact that police brutality is something that she's very passionate about. She has put her life on the line, fighting against police brutality. She has an organization where constantly they are always, taking on issues of people who have been brutalized by police. And I've referred a lot of people to her. When I see that issue, for me, I don't do all of those tackling main issue. I don't have the strength. She has the strength to, take on the day-to-day issue, and she's been doing amazingly well. And then she asks a question, and you have these people who are coming on to attack her. What I see, it's a lot of people project their insecurity. So they project their insecurity on Peter Obi. If you really believe in his candidacy, you would know that he has a capacity, and you will not be afraid of people asking him questions. I've seen over the years, and I think it comes from our childhood and our upbringing. A lot of children were beaten up for asking questions. I mean, hello, don't you know? Why will you ask that question? Don't you know I'm your mother? You are not supposed to ask that question. Children should not ask adults and all of that. And so we've been conditioned to believe that questions are things that are bad. They are set of put up to set you up. I think for me, it was around 1997 that I realized that, look, questions are not something that set us up, but they give us opportunity for us to enlighten people and talk more about what we are doing. And it was during a seminar. So I was the person that was presenting for our group. We have these group seminars in the university. And so when it was my turn, I had finished, beautiful presentation. I like to talk anyway. If you already know me, when it comes to talking and all of that, presenting, I public speaking, it's not something that I've ever had any issue with. So after the presentation, then there I was looking at everybody and thinking, who is now going to ask questions? Set me up. Then one of our students, one of my classmates, stood up and then he asked question, and I was so angry at him, so he wants to now show me up. In the course of sort of within that moment of me answering the question, it now dawned on me that Aisha, but he's just giving you opportunity for you to enlighten more on what you're saying. And from there, there was a switch in my head. I'm like, no, he's not my enemy. He's just asking me to expatiate. And I relaxed and I answered that question very well. Unlike, when you are at that place. If any of you had watched the interview of the APC woman recently, you saw how tense she was, because she saw those questions as if attack on her, rather than seeing the questions as if to enlighten the journalists that were asking her, also the public that will be watching her. So that's what happens when you're so tensed up about question. Whenever anybody asks question of Peter Obi, it's an opportunity for you to enlighten not just that person who is asking that question about Peter Obi's candidacy, but every other person that will come across whatever it is that you said, whether you did a video, whether it was an interview, whether they were tweets or posts or whatever. But it's not for you to come and start displaying your BMC skills. Because there's difference between support and sycophancy. Because there are a lot of people who feel that, because you're supporting a candidate, you will not hold him, accountable. And somebody actually tweeted that, but you are supporting Peter Obi, then why? I'm like, I'm supporting him. I'm not enslaving myself to him. And this is part of the support. Because what I had said, what I saw, I said, look, Peter Obi must answer those questions. It's as simple as A, B, C, D. And he has said he has the capacity to answer the questions. Why are you afraid? He's not Tinituki, he's not Atiku or Tinubu that people are shy, putting away from camera, making them shy, not to ask. He can answer questions, he can multitask. If they ask him the same question 1 million times, he will be able to answer them 1 million times, because competence and consistency, they don't need rehearsal. There are questions you ask me today. I will answer you, Wami, because I don't need to be thinking, okay, what should I say? What lie should I tell? No, it is what it is. And you say it, and that's it. So please stop projecting your insecurity on Peter Obi. And the fact that you were beaten so many times for asking questions doesn't mean that asking questions is wrong. It's actually the normal thing to do. You know, I've been to even in a normal Nigerian, you see people like, oh, they don't want you to ask questions. Even people in customer care. There was a time I had to tell somebody, I said, look, the reason why you have your job is because of my ignorance, so that you'll be able to help me. So don't take questions as if somebody is trying to set you up or undermine you. Or no. Questions are simply opportunity for you to expatiate on what it is you've already said before, or what it is you want people to learn. So always welcome questions. Don't be afraid. You know, Peter Obi can answer these questions. He's not one of those candidates that are being hidden away. And that's the reason why he said that let presidential candidates talk to everybody. You understand? If you already said that Peter Obi, he has said it before, or other people have said it before. So how are we going to tell the Tinubus of this world that they should come out and speak? Because then too they will say they've sent people now. Come on. Don't stop projecting your insecurity on Peter Obi. Yeah. He's not a baby that needs you hovering about him so that he doesn't stumble or whatever. He's capable of working for himself. You get it?